Hey, y'all. Oh, that might be loud. Hold on, let me mute. Okay, sorry. We didn't want to make you hear the crazy squeaking of the chairs on the concrete. So give me a minute. How are you guys? What y'all up to on this wonderful Sunday? And yes, we're outside, so you're hearing the water fountain. Oh. Hey, y'all. I hope you guys have all had a good weekend. Hold on, let me go back up here. Let me go back up here and see what you guys all talking about. Hey, Thor. Oh, we're bullies over here. Well, fucking cry me a goddamn river. It's really interesting how I didn't watch, just so you guys are aware, I have not watched any of her recent streams since she was on panel because I just don't give a shit because she missed the complete point of everything. So I have no idea what she said. I did get a message that she doesn't quite understand fair use and she just likes to let things play forever and ever and ever. So word to the wise, figure out what fair use is or you might have a problem. Revival, right? Hey, Rainbow Mom. Hey, Janice. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll address that too. Hey, Rondi. Hey, Mystery. Claus. Catherine. A One-Way Street. Nail Elegance by Lady V. Does anybody like go out and do anything on the weekends or do they just sit here waiting for, I don't know. Hey, KNS. Hey, ASD. Stephanie. Crazy Grandma. Malicious. Trish. Fit and Curvy. Steph. Shama. Southern Gal, Laura, Marcy, Rockabit, Justice Equalizer, Miss Brittany, Beverly, Bo, Juju B, Stormcat, Army 9, Bomb, Air Force BL fam. That's a fucking name. That's a tongue twister. Hey, Terry. That was Melissa's Mal. She came on here the other day. Hey, BJ. Hey, Melly Mel. Tammy. Kenya. Kina. I said it backwards. Chico, Trixie, Glory, Trashy Lower Class Sheep, according to BJ, Pepper, Curvy Barbie, Twist. She thinks she's really kicking ass. Oh my God, y'all. Oh, you got up and drank margaritas. That's okay. Hey, 911. Hey, JJ. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Minnesota Greg. What y'all up to? Oh, really, Thor? I didn't hear that yet. Oh, thanks for the gifted membership, 911. Thank you for that. Justice Equalizer, thanks for becoming a member. Hey, Colder Herd. Sounds like you guys have all had quite a wild weekend. I popped on to Truth's for a little while today. Popped into Queens for a few minutes, and that was about it. Otherwise, I've been watching other stuff. So we had a crazy busy weekend. Kyle and I have been gone all day today for the most part. Yeah. We went grocery shopping, and then we went to my in-laws. Then we went back to the grocery store. It's Kenzie's birthday tomorrow. So, hey, the real Angel. Hey, Nicole. So we've been all over. Yesterday, we went to a jump house. Actually, this place, totally different than the one we went to last weekend. We went for one of the girls' friends or our neighbors' kids. Either way you look at it, doesn't matter. Birthday parties, and it was a jump house, bumper cars, indoor zip line, indoor fair rides, arcade games. It was wild. It's the coolest place ever, though. It was great. So we did that yesterday, and then my nephew's birthday was yesterday, so I talked to him for, like 2.5 hours last night?
Yeah.
We FaceTimed. He turned 25 yesterday, so, man, I feel old. And then Sis turns 22 tomorrow. So we've been all over hell. Hey, Brian. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was so much fun. We are big kids at heart. Like, we are ridiculously big kids at heart. We're sitting by the pool right now, just hanging out. But it was a good weekend. It was just busy. Melly Mel. So the last weekend, we took him to a place called Andretti's, which is the family, the Andretti family they own different locations. There's actually some on the East Coast too. But they're big, huge. Like, they have VR arcades, a restaurant.
I didn't lose the goddamn motorcycle racing game. I won by a long shot. She lies.
Bullshit.
They
were racing different tracks. Alana had to inform me. Kyle was racing a different track, so Kyle was the winner, he claims.
I got a faster time.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. You want to also know what he lost at? Those basketball shooting games. We're really competitive when it comes to.
My shoulder is killing me right now.
Melly Mel, let me look and tell you. They're really, thank you for the birthday wishes for Kenzie. It's so much fun though. The Andretti one. So it's multiple. They have them in Marietta, Georgia, San Antonio, Texas, Katy, Texas, Chandler, Arizona, Fort Worth, Texas, Grand Prairie, Texas, Grand Prairie.
Thanks,
Buford, Georgia, the Colony, Texas, and Orlando. So it doesn't look like there's any in California yet. But they, Mario was actually here a couple weeks before we went. Oh, 911 operator, thank you for the $5 super chat. It was so much fun, though. Those go-karts, y'all, they're electric. They have multiple tracks, too. They have this Mario level, which is for adults can ride them, but they just don't go as fast.
Hey, Mel.
And it's a single level track. Then they have the intermediate, which is what we do. Well, what we did because we had the kiddos with us. And they were like Sunday driving. It was so funny because Alana forgot she had a brake. All she remembered was she had the gas pedal. So she was pedal to the metal, running into everything everywhere. Happy Life, thank you for being a member with us for 12 months. But the adult ones, there's an adult track. You have to have a license to drive those ones. They go up to 40 miles an hour indoor on multiple levels. Kyle and I are going back for date night. They have miniature bowling too, like mini bowling pins, mini bowling balls.
Yeah, it's really nice. I've been to a couple of the indoor go-kart racing before, a lot. And
that was awesome.
It always sucked because they were always governed so slow. Like with the gas motors, they could go so much faster, but they still had to make them really, really slow. So
that's cool.
These ones hauled ass.
Yeah.
These ones got up and moved.
Yeah, heck yeah, come visit. It was so much fun. But they had a blast yesterday too. They rode those those big towers that they crank there's a circle that they sit in, and there's like little seats that you strap into, and then it cranks all the way to the top, and then it drops you halfway, and then it pulls you back up, and then it drops you again. That's what they had, an indoor one. Oh, Lurker, thanks for being here for 12 months too.
Thanks, Lurker.
Hell yeah, Brian. Stormcat, it's called Andretti's. The Andretti family owns it. Sorry, guys, we're sitting outside. We have so many different indoor like tracks like that, arcades. We have another place called Main Event that does like laser tag, bowling, like crazy shit. But this one that we went to yesterday with the kids, they have this indoor zip line. I was tempted to try it, but I was really scared that I'd get up there and that fucking thing would break because those little kids were up there just flailing around. Like they were like, yeah, it was wild. They just looked like fish out of water flailing up there.
There's so much.
It was crazy.
So much good shit to do here. Like it's incredible. They have,
hell yeah, come on over.
Like 10 minutes from here, they got the indoor skydiving.
Yeah, one of the biggest skydiving places. I wish I could. Most places won't let me because I have a pacemaker. But
just don't tell them.
We love to bowl too.
That's say you drank too much and drag you out.
We decided a couple years ago that instead of like collecting material things, we were going to make memories with the kids. And so we try, like they're on summer break right now. So we're trying like one decent outing a week as a family. All of us go. I love, zip lines to me. I love all that stuff. Kyle and I are super competitive though. Like we fight. There'll be all these little kids like around us and we're playing skee ball, telling each other off like, nah, I kicked his ass at the basketball hoop one though. I mean, not shocking, but
one of my balls was flat.
Bullshit. You're such a, and he is the worst cheater. He switched balls out. He freaking took my basketball and gave me the flat one. Jerk. I tell you what, we're going in September. We're going to Vegas for races again. We're so excited. We're going up for Monster Energy.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yes, absolutely a one-way street for sure.
I want to try to go to that Sphere.
Oh, the Sphere. Has anybody in here been to the Sphere in Vegas yet? Has anybody been to the Sphere? That's like, we are obsessed with that. See, I'm not freaked out of heights at all. I'm an adrenaline junkie, but since I have this stupid thing in my chest, some of them think it's a hazard and they won't let you do the fun shit. Hey, What the Croc, thanks for being a member. I know, Hope. Oh, Hope. You've been here from Jump. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. I love seeing how long, like you guys, a lot of you have been here from Jump. Hey, LFT. Southern Gal. You're headed there next month. Stormcat, are you going to see a show or just like, are you going to see something in it? You went for Fish and heading for Dead. Oh, ASD. What did you think?
That's what made me really want to go there, is seeing all the Grateful Dead videos on TikTok of, the show was,
yes,
it looked incredible.
Yeah, the Sphere in Vegas. The new Sphere in Vegas. Kyle and I also, does anybody know what EDC is? We want to go to our bucket list, one of our bucket list, even though we might be 50 out there raving with everybody, but one of our bucket list items is to go to Tomorrowland. It's something like you've never see. You would look at it. Oh, okay. Yeah, Stormcat, hell yeah.
That would be incredible.
Oh, Marcy, thank you for being here for so long. Is there anybody else let's talk about you guys for a minute. Anybody have any fun upcoming plans for the summer break or vacations or anything going on? Tomorrowland is, where was it? It was in Amsterdam, Finland, Sweden. It's EDC, so it's Electric Daisy Carnival. Is that what it stands for?
Yeah.
And it's all like DJs, just crazy stuff, but the light shows and stuff. Your explicit names have tainted my experience. Dolores, you're back again. Hello. I haven't watched that movie in a long time with Dolores Claiborne. I feel like we're walking back down the aisle of single white female. I feel like I've met the fucking brown-haired version of Veda Jade. And unfortunately, her name is Brittany too. It's Brittany, bitch. Why fucking me? And then fucking Truth called me Brittany today. He goes, Brittany. And I'm like, motherfucker, hold on. Did you just call me Brittany? No, he was just giving shit. Oh, you guys got to look it up. Tomorrowland's on your bucket list too? Yeah, heck yeah. If you've never looked at it and you like music, DJs, stuff like that, yeah. I did an ASD. Oh, Paris. What is it the Paris Hotel and Casino? Is that what it's called in Vegas? With the Eiffel Tower? Yeah, it's right on the strip by shit, what's the one? Harris, I think is close to it. I don't even know who Bill Walton is. I don't think.
He was the famous tennis guy.
Way better than just going, oh, that's cool, Marcy. Hopeless romantic. Oh, Bill, NBA player. Yeah, or coach. Hey, Shop, good to see you.
My brother took me to a Fish concert once. I don't remember much of it.
Oh, Kevin Hart's Airbnb is on the Southern Gals bucket list. Have you looked at that?
No.
I don't even know what that is. I bet it would be fun. The most famous deadhead.
Oh, word.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is about, I think so, Melly Mel. If I'm right of where it's located, I think it's down by the New York. Hey, Kathy ain't got no time for bullshit. Chicago Bears. That's my nephew's favorite team is the Chicago Bears too. Ooh, Stormcat. It'll be fucking hot here for you for sure. It's supposed to be 110 in the next couple days. It'll be warm. Your bucket list is the summer in Alaska.
That'd be cool.
Keenum, one of my best friend Bonnie from elementary school. We've been best friends our entire life, but she worked in Alaska during her college years. She worked out of Ketchikan on a tour bus. So they would get off the boat, the cruise ship, and then she would take them on tours of the city. And then two of her college roommates had fisheries in Alaska. So they used to go up there all the time. I would love to go on a tour or a cruise of Denali National Park. And what's that cruise? There's a certain cruise that goes around Alaska. That looks amazing. Hey, Heatherlicious. You're in Northern Arizona. Ah, okay. Then you're already getting it. You're getting the weather already too. It does look amazing. Yes, for sure. Vegas, Rondi, it's funny because Kyla and I both like everything off the strip in Vegas. We have had some great hotel stays off the strip in the big casinos. That one we stayed in was a freaking amazing hotel.
Yeah.
It was amazing. My hubs sold one business to a place called Dillon and went to Arizona a couple times. Hold on, I'm reading. Oh, you'll have fun downtown. There's a lot of good shit to do. Of course, you know that. You're from here. Oh, yeah. It is very hot and dry here for sure. What is the weather right now here?
Oh, yeah. The kids have been out for a while.
Janice, they go back in July.
Yeah.
Y'all, our kids go back in July.
It's a crazy schedule down here because of the heat.
It is hot. It's super hot, but that's why we do like indoor activities. In the winter, we can go outside and do more like outside activities, which is so backwards. We have a butterfly sanctuary here and an aquarium. There's a place called Coasters and Castles. That's on our list, but it's too hot for that shit right now.
There's a place called The Blade that we can go check out.
One of the big country artists has a bar here. It's a big dance hall. I want to take Kenzie there. There's a lot of casinos here too. We have a lot of casinos. That's where Kyle and I went a few months ago when we went and celebrated our birthday. We do that quite often. We just do staycations. His mom got us a room for my birthday, and we went out to Harrah's right outside of town. It was great though. It was February, and we were laying on the pool deck.
Mm-hmm.
Pima Air and Space Museum is very cool. Kyle would love that.
Yeah,
hey, Kay.
Yeah, I want to check that out.
Ooh, Rondi, one of the things that his parents we've been debating, just trying to find time when to do it, but they want us to go to Rocky Point.
Yeah.
They keep telling us they want to rent a condo and take us down to Rocky Point. So I think we're going to do that soon.
The problem is they've never been to Rocky Point. And there's
your folks haven't?
No. And their rich friends have.
Yeah, all their friends go there all the time.
But they go to like the all-inclusive, like locked-in resorts.
Yeah, they go to the don't ever have to leave.
And when I went there, when I lived here before,
we're not doing that.
It was a lot different situation on the port side of town. So I think I just have to actually show them what it's like. So I think they're thinking it's like Cabo.
Kina, well, they have a timeshare in one of the big. I'll tell you about that afterwards. They have timeshare.
She still has that?
Yeah.
I thought they got rid of that.
Because she was telling us if we wanted to go to.
It's in Cancun.
No, they have multiple locations that they can go.
The ruins are.
Yeah.
And I've never even gone. I want to go because
Mazatlan.
I really want to go see the ruins. That would be awesome.
Sorry, we're all just bullshitting over here.
Oh, hey everybody.
You know what's funny, Stormcat? There was my mom and I drove back from Texas all the way to Washington State. And we went through some really weird places in Kansas and Oklahoma. And I think there was a part in Nebraska, but somewhere along the journey, I have to look it up, is the world's largest porch swing. That fucking thing's huge. It was just in the middle of nowhere. We also saw the world's largest, I'm gonna have to look it up. I think it was like a toy car or something in the middle of nowhere. Like just the craziest shit. When you said Nebraska, it just reminded me of some of the randomest things you'll find out in the middle of nowhere.
We haven't heard of that museum, but we should check it out.
I know, Janice. They've been stuck with it forever. That's what. Georgia. I've never been to the East Coast. I've never been. Scotland is your dream vacation. Hammered or candy? True crime. Come on over. You're Scotch, Irish, a bit German. I am mostly Norwegian from what I know. I need to do one of those tests. My great-grandfather, my mom's dad his family came from the Isle of Man. So I think they're called Manx. That reminds me of a cat, though. So I don't like to say I'm Manx because that sounds like a form of a cat. I don't know. But Kyle is obsessed with the racing on the Isle of Man because those guys haul ass.
Yeah, my buddy's miniature cattle are Scottish Highlands.
Ooh, that's awesome, Thor. The Space Museum should be where couples space from each other. Fucking Dolores. You've done Route 66. I've done, what's the coastal highway from Northern California up through Oregon, Washington?
I-5?
No, it's the coast highway. You go
1?
Through Tillamook, the Redwoods, Paul Bunyan and the Big Blue Ox, the Trees of Mystery.
The Autobahn.
No, the Autobahn. I would love to go. Yeah, that's another place I want to go. The 101. Yes. Pacific Coast Highway. I used to travel with my grandparents all the time when I was younger, and we did Trees of Mystery. We did the Sea Lion Caves. We did Paul Bunyan and the Big Blue Ox. We went to Tillamook. We Astoria.
See,
We
I
watched.
told you, fool.
I got
Pacific Coast Highway.
bit by a freaking squirrel on
Easy E used to rap about that. I
the
think.
Columbia River. Hey, Duchess. I love that was the best trip ever. There's so much to see. I got to see Kiko from Free Willy when he was still alive at the aquarium.
That'd be cool.
That was cool because I was obsessed with Free Willy.
Me too.
Obsessed with that show.
Am.
Are you saying I look like Free Willy?
No.
Is that what you're getting at?
No.
Okay. Better not. Because I'll have to kick your ass in basketball again.
The kid's hair in the movie. That's what that's what mine's starting to feel like.
Miss Brittany, you know what the thing is? I treated her with a little bit of dignity. Okay, let's talk about this shit for a second. Because I think people, once again, don't fucking understand how I work. The only fucking reason that dumb twit gets any goddamn attention from me, and I'm going to be frank and petty as fuck because I've just had enough of her fucking stupid ass. She is dumb as a fucking box of rocks, and that's what I'm going to say. So if anybody's offended by this or are Britney fans, fucking peace out now because she is dumb as a fucking box of rocks. Like my big fucking pinky toe has more fucking intelligence in the entire thing than that one. She has missed the entire point, and I think many people do. I could give two fucks less about the drama between creators, your personal beefs between creators. I am not about to start telling creators and or adults how to talk, what language to use when they are addressing each other. When it comes to families and treatment of families, that's where my concern is. I could give two fucks less about your drama with other creators. I could give two shits less. Don't give a fuck today, tomorrow, or any other day. I don't give two shits. Your victimhood status is fucking gross. Like, get the fuck over it. I go through more shit in one fucking week than that bitch could ever even partake in. Sorry, we live in two different fucking worlds. These people who get caught up in the fucking, they pick their content based off of who they like and dislike. I don't fucking do that. I don't like any of you. Period. I like my chat. The rest of you fucking pieces of shit, I don't fucking like you. Most of you. There's a few creators I like. But that list is very few. And I can appreciate different shit in different people. And I can still not agree with shit and keep it moving. I'm a goddamn adult. I don't care about your personal fucking history with these people or he said, she said, or somebody saying this. I'm sorry. I don't use language like that, but I'm not going to go around telling grown ass adults. And I've tried to have conversations with people about terms that are offensive, things like that. And I got nowhere. I learned my lesson. I don't fuck with your drama, but I find it really funny too that all of these people are mirroring my content. Mirroring means they watch my shit and then they repeat my shit. I'm cool with it. Don't care. I wasn't the first one to do timelines. Deeth started that. I picked up, went through it in my own way. But isn't it fucking interesting how, again, screenshots and people that pay attention really make my day. Because she was so proud of herself. She got a notebook and she was taking notes out the other day. It's about fucking time, Brittany. You should have been doing that for years because you claim you're true crime, but yet you don't even understand what fucking evidence would be. I mean, it's just fucking pathetic. And the timeline shit. I've been doing this shit from jump. And baby girl, let me tell you one more thing. My channel wasn't fucking dying before I started calling you out because if you go back, I started calling JLR out, T-Rev, BHB. I moved. My life got crazy and I didn't care about what I was doing. I did stuff that I wanted to do. After I had an amazing experience with one of my really good friends, Amethyst, you know, some of you know her. I found my passion again. I found my fire again. I remembered why I came on this app to begin with, and it fueled me. I'm not out here self-promoting and sending creators super chats to get my name, for them to say my name. I don't have to do all that. I've built my channel authentically. I've built my channel off of consistency. And I've built my channel off of integrity. Do you mean you might need a dictionary to understand these words, Brittany? You and people like you Laura. A horse is a horse. Of course, of course. Bitch, let me tell you something. You've been trying to get my attention. I notice. I've never been to your channel. Don't care. You said something a while back before my time on this app to somebody I really, really like about a horrific situation in her life. I'll never fuck with people like you because I don't forget shit like that. You've said horrible things to people. You went on this little panel tour saying, I like nonsense, but she won't give me attention. No, bitch, I won't. Because unlike you, I don't forget where I started and the shit you pulled. You let Molly on your panel to talk shit about me and lie about me. You let Vada Jade on your panel or in your comment section to talk shit about me. We're not the same. So while I can wish you well and hope that your health journey is so much better because that's who I am, I don't fuck with people like you. Not today, not tomorrow, any other day. I saw you for what you were the first fucking time I saw you open your mouth on this app. Nothing is shocking. So, is there any questions about where I stand on this shit? I'm not going to do this pissing match with Brittany J. That was never what it fucking was. She missed the point. I could give two fucks less about her personal business with these creators. If you're not fucking with families and making accusations towards families, I don't have care or concern. I'm not a fucking babysitter. I have my own family to take care of. I don't need fucking adults on this app to take care of and monitor what they say and what they do. I don't have enough goddamn time. If you don't like what I'm saying, I don't care. I'm frankly over the fucking bullshit. There's been so many people that have had my name in their fucking mouth all weekend, all week. I don't care, y'all. Because guess what? I'm in your fucking head. You had to use my content to walk it through to realize there's a timeline here that should have been played out. Oh, wait, you're true crime, though. You shouldn't have had to wait for me to fucking show you how it was done before all of you hopped on doing it. Y'all claim your true crime. Some of you claim your chroma. I don't fucking know. It's gross to me, but if it means you treat families better, it's worth it. So while you talk about me and can't understand the bigger picture here, I'll continue on talking about the re-victimization of victims and their families. And yes, I'm an arrogant fucking bitch because I don't just talk this talk. I live this. I work this. This is who I fucking am. And I've been this person since I was 16 fucking years old. I don't need to prove myself to you or any other stranger on this internet. I've proven myself to my family and people that matter to me. That's what I give a fuck about. I could take this and shut it off tomorrow and be fulfilled beyond belief because I've met amazing fucking people on this app. Janice, Revival, Amethyst, so many of you in the comment section. I'm not here for the same reason these other people are. And that's that. Abso-fucking-lutely rent-free. Rent-free. And by the way, Brittany, you might want to do the timeline yourself because, baby girl, you can't even get that fucking right. Pascal was not the first interview of Cess. There was actually another interview that I bypassed for a reason. Then you've got the Terry Lynn interview too. But hey, you don't need my help, do you? And speaking of which, because we're getting back to that tomorrow. That's what we will be doing is more timeline shit. But we will be going back because Josh's interview, his first interview when Seth came up was actually from the 20th of March. You're welcome to all of you that can't figure this shit out on your own. Was from the 20th. We played JLRs because I was making a point with the content I was doing on Friday. But we will be going back and adding in Josh's interview too. and then continuing on what we're doing. Fuck yeah, Rondi. And I'm so proud of you. Hey, Saturday, search. I'm just so sick of it. Like, I'm so sick of the bullshit. So fucking sick of it. Ooh. Kina, I really, yeah, 100%. They're not even true crime, though, if we're being honest. They're not. And the funniest thing to me is they bitch and moan about how they're not doing anything wrong. And look at us. If they didn't have our content, they went, bitch, all you do is use fucking news reports. Okay. Like, it's no different than what I do. It's a commentary thing. Like, stop whining. And yes, I'm bitchy. Okay. I am just fed up with even, I'm not going to defend myself to these people. I'm not about to sit through fucking 6 hours of her watching me. I stand on everything I fucking said. And I still stand here. You're welcome. You're welcome for factual content. Hey, at least if she's playing me, people are actually getting a fucking reality check. I could care less. I feel like I'm being unied by a few people out here lately again. And it's kind of entertaining to me. It's not that hard. This is why these people will always do the fucking dumb shit, and they rely on doing the dumb shit because it's the only thing that gives them numbers. Truly. We could have 20 people in here and I'd say the exact same thing that I am saying now. There could be 1,500 of you in here. I wouldn't care. Don't care. Those numbers do nothing for me. Because at the end of the day, I will continue to take hits. Because guess what? It's one less hit that the family has to take. So while you're looking over here, at least you're getting factual content to restream. And at least you're focused on what I'm doing than fucking re-victimizing a family going through their worst time. We'll never be the same. When I can stand with my own backbone and you're still waiting on a fucking reorder for Temu fucking backbones, at least I have passion about what I do. I don't have to do it to try and pay the bills. Because I have a man that busts his fucking ass for his family. Again, we're not the fucking same. Anywho, true crime comedy chat channel. Stop it. Call them the True Grift, please, right? You guys, that's the thing. Like, it's just, I'm so glad you guys get it. Oh, yeah, Kathy, she's using, yeah. And that's totally fine. She monetized that second channel, so she's trying to milk it. I mean, hey, if you're the sole provider of your family, you got to do whatever you got to do, right? I mean, I guess. Fuck yeah, they do. Yep. Look at all of the families that they've done it to. Your Laura Limerick. Oh, God. Am I going to get in trouble, Patricia? There once was a woman called Laura who thought the whole fucking world should adore her, but she's too fucking thick and unaware she's sick. Well, with the toxic and hate-filled bad. Oh, that was actually pretty good. Unfortunately, though, I will say, even though I don't like her, I will never wish, and I know that's not what you're saying either. I don't wish ill and physical illness on anybody. Like, I thought the whole cancer situation, I was so disgusted by all of that because, anyways, but I wish her nothing but the best on that journey because that's just not who I am. But fucking shut your mouth.
Thanks, Saturday. It's good to have you.
Seriously, you just sound stupid. And the only thing she's doing is, by the way, can you tell me how much I made? Because you seem to watch all of our money more than we even pay attention. So I would like a detailed accounting slip since you know so well. And can you also tell me my analytics? I mean, there's YouTube Studio, but it seems like you're better at it than that. because you seem to have such an obsession with the weirdest shit. Maybe if you actually did your own content and cared about that, you would focus on that instead of pocket watching all these other people. That's fucking weird to me. I have never once said a fucking word about how much people make, except for off of fucking doing the most to these victims and their families. And by the way, I showed proof previously of me helping families. I don't do that to pat myself on the back. I do that because all of us should be doing something. If you are making money off of talking about these people's tragedies, you should be doing something to help them. I stand there, and that goes across the board. I don't think I'm better than anybody for donating. It's called having a fucking heart. Oh, Sarah, see, I didn't even watch it. Did she take it down? Oh, B Fergs, I'm fucking crushed. I didn't even know that happened at first. And then I was like, oh, fuck. I knew what was everybody. I think all of us knew. Like, I didn't even have to talk to anybody about it. We knew the posturing. I think she was waiting for me to like ask her to come on panel with me sometime. People should know that that's not what I fucking do. I did hear a clip or somebody was playing today. I can't remember whose channel. Oh, shit. Somebody played a portion of that. I don't remember where it's at to tell you guys. But Laura said if she would have invited me on her panel, no. Like, I don't give a fuck. And ma'am, thank you for spending $1.99 on my membership. Save Robbie was in here. Molly's other friends have been in here too. Like, fucking stop riding the fence. You got to have fucking road rash by now. Like, it would suck to have to align yourself with the shittiest human being to like fight back and forth with and then be okay with. Yeah, no, we're good. Oh, fuck that, B Fergs. I got friends that make candles. Hey, Tammy. Hell yeah, Saturday. And it doesn't even have to be to like that specific family. Do something with an organization that helps missing people. Suicide prevention, vets. Like, there's so many things that we could be doing. If we are talking about these tragedies, you say you're such a fucking religious nut, right, Brittany? Then you should be tithing to your church 10%, right? Well, we know that doesn't happen. So might as well tithe 10% of your. It's not much to ask. If you're making $200, that's $20. 2 less coffees a week. Whoop-de-doo. Is that what?
Forgot.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
Did you get enough?
Yeah.
Kyle and I just have a different life. We just have. I just don't. Marcy, maybe that's. I don't know. I don't think so. I think it was some. Now I'd have to go look. I don't know. I just. Ugh. These people. You know how much I miss these small chats where I don't have to like be semi-decent? Oh, Tammy. I love Maine Coons. Oh, Maine Coons are my favorite. Whiskey's a little shit. Revival, right? I just don't get it, y'all. Like, I don't get it. It's just what it is. Like, I don't get this posturing thing that creators do or adults do, like, where they have to falsely inflate others' egos too. Like, I just don't get it, y'all. I will never get it. Oh, Justice Equalizer. We don't own any, but his best friend does. His best friend has, and thank you for that. His best friend raises them. No. And you know, the crazy thing is, Patricia, anybody that knows me or has been around, they knew that would never, I've never given her attention. I mean, I've said a few things in passing and because she's opened her goddamn mouth. But other than that, like for me to like all of a sudden just like flip the switch and be like, yeah, I'm cool with her. Like you would have to tell Kyle to take me to a doctor. Oh, absolutely. Fergs it is. I am surrounded by people that have been on this app, that are mindful, that are, some of you don't like some of them, some of you get along great with. It just depends on where you come from. But everybody has such a different valuable piece. And I sat back and listened to the people who had been on this app and learned. If you're a fucking real life piece of shit, I don't want nothing to do with you. And some of you are real life, not only just on this app pieces of shit, some of you are real, like you walk that walk. So I guess you should be proud of yourself because at least you're a piece of shit on here and in real life too. I do what I want and when I want. That's the other thing. Like, oh God, people lumping us all together. Poor Duchess. They all think that Duchess has got some fucking... No, she's not responsible for any of this. Nobody is responsible for anything that comes out of my mouth besides me. Yeah, Rondi. Speaking of that, I heard he's been harassing some of the victims. And I got a problem with that. I just work here. Duchess. Are you... I need to text you. I've been trying to not bother you. Plus, we've been busy, but I wanted to check and see how everything was going. I hope that you're getting everything aligned for them. I know you were super stressed. Revival, no, you do not. You don't ever run your mouth. You can't lie. It's brilliant. Oh my God, Tammy's clips. It feels like we're on the elementary school playground so often. It really does. Like there's times that I don't have phony relationships on here either. Like that's the weirdest thing to me. The one thing that I see, and I see it in people's chats that I like, and it happens in here too. But people so badly want to be accepted or a part of something. They think that there's a clique or a group or something, and they really just, you know, they're isolated. They need a community. I get, like, totally understand it. But people, please listen to me. Subs especially. Most of these creators don't give a shit. They don't have the capacity of caring for 300 people and loving every single one of you and investing the time that each and every one of you deserve in friends. They just don't. They care about your money. They care about your contribution to their lifestyle. Half of you live at a lower budget than a lot of the creators you support. And I'm not saying that to shame a single person, but it bothers me to see people buying acceptance or a part of a group from creators that they would treat you like shit in real life. Truly. They really would. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I don't have the capacity because relationships to me are very important. I nurture those relationships. The people that are close to me, and some I talk to every couple months, but those are my people. I don't need to talk to them every day. If they need me, they know I'm here. If they need something, like, that's real relationships. And you all deserve those relationships. But these creators, it's just not that. It's not that. And I hate that. Because all of you deserve loyal friends, loyal people, people that genuinely, you guys matter to me. All of you do. You know why you matter? Because you're here, a part of the conversation of wanting better for your fellow human beings. We all have things in common because we've been there. We understand some of it. We would never want somebody to walk a day in these shoes. And we will do whatever we can to help prevent another person going through it. That's why you matter, because we connect on a different level. That's why I don't have to sit here and check in like all the time and like have all these phony side chats. And I don't tell my mods where to go. My mods show up when they can, when they want to. Because first and foremost, they're adults with busy ass lives, jobs, kids, careers, trips. I'm thankful for each and every one of them. Because we connected on a level about wanting better for victims. Now I'm going to let Kyle take over.
What?
I've been on my soapbox long enough.
No shit.
Yeah, Saturday. And that's the most ironic thing. Somebody sent me a picture of her. I think it was her thumbnail. I don't know what video it was for, but something lacking self-awareness or some shit. Oh my God.
Yeah, Thor, I have 3 really good friends.
Yeah, that you've been friends with like most of your life.
Yep.
Janice, thank you so much.
I have acquaintances, but there's 3 of them that are there for life. Hey, Tammy Split.
Janice. I knew you were up to something. Gosh,
See,
dang
people
it.
have come in and been here for an hour and not even known that I've been here.
Whatever. Yeah, they do. They really do, Megan. Absolutely. And it bothers me watching people be shit on. It really does. And they feel like they like fake, and they will agree with shit that they don't even really agree with just to be accepted into the community. Half of the time it's the chat that people get attached to too, not the creator. And that's what I love watching you guys interact in the chat. That makes my heart happy. I don't want you guys being here like worshiping, like that's so weird when people worship creators too and think, you guys, I'm as much of a flawed human being as I make as many mistakes, if not more, than every one of you. And I wear those flaws and I'm okay with it. That's the difference.
Thanks, Truth Crime.
Janice is an incredible human, and I am so thankful for her.
Appreciate you.
There's been so many people that have entered my life because of this app that I'm forever grateful for. Whether it's a reason, a season, or forever. I've been so lucky. Hey, Cola. Cola. You guys in these names.
Thank you, Aaron.
You know what? True crime. Mental health is so important. Holy shit, Revival. I bet that story was incredible to hear. Did you read that?
Yeah. Like an hour ago.
Oh, I'm coming. I went back up. Hell yeah, Chico. Yep. You know what? Inspirational. It's so funny that you say that too, because people think because I cuss a lot that I don't know what trashy, I guess I've been called quite a bit, which is so funny to me because our girls are so well behaved.
Oh, yeah.
They are such good, like, to me, the reflection of me, like, I don't care if people think I cuss a lot or I'm trashy. But when people in real life get to know our family or be around our kids, their response to how well behaved and what good kids they are, that makes me happy.
Polite, respectful.
Yeah, absolutely. They're so good. Oh, Aaron, thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. Aaron, your comments have really, like, it makes me happy because so many of you get it. You just get it. Hell yes, Duchess. Boundaries are a must, y'all. Yes, absolutely, Duchess. Generally, me and you disagree a lot on stuff like that. She was doxxed. Whether you like her or not, I'm not going to tell her to react to it. Do I agree with that type of language? Absolutely not. Do I use that type of language? Absolutely not. But she's a grown adult. If it was towards a family, I would have had a bigger issue with it. But she was doxxed. Right, wrong, indifferent. Doesn't give her an excuse. But I'm not going to tell another grown adult how to act when they've been completely violated on the internet. Do I agree with it? No. Do I think that that's who she is as a person? Absolutely not. There is so much that we could get caught up in the weeds as far as terms and stuff like that. And some of them I do. I have a real hard time with the R word. In fact, I tried having a conversation with somebody else about the R word because it offends me because of my girls. And again, the F word, same thing. It's not for me. But I have also realized that my time is wasted trying to get everybody to use the correct verbiage. I can take pieces and like things about people. I have friends that are on every political end, extremist you could imagine, every fucking religion, cult you could imagine. And I take things and I find the good in those human beings and I hold on to them. We are all imperfect humans and could do better. Just like going back to the heels thing. I'm so lucky that Heels and I were able to have a conversation about change, about progression, about how things have changed. I'm just thankful for me in such situations like this that I have awareness enough to teach my kids differently. You can have your strong feelings on it, and please understand, like, I'm not telling you, like, if you're offended by it, I completely understand. I just can't police people's verbiage. I'm not making an excuse for her, let's be honest, at all. Not making excuses for her whatsoever. I don't agree with it. What else do you want me to say? Like, what else am I supposed to do about it? I don't know what the expectation is of what you guys want me to do. She's an adult. I don't agree with it. I don't use language like that. What would your response? What is that what you would like me to do? And I'm being genuine because these are situations like this that I don't know what the expectation is. She was. And I also followed that up with, let's be honest, that it right, wrong, indifferent, it still is not okay. But that is what was happening in the moment. When that was questioned of me the other day, I didn't even know what term she was using, where it was used, anything. Does it change the use of the term? Absolutely not. Her response, though, in that moment was her response. Like, I don't know how to explain this differently. Like, I can't fix it. It's and she's going to have to be the one to decide where she wants to go with that.
Well said, Saturday Search.
Revival, absolutely. And that's the thing too. Like, I think about all of this stuff and I'm like, I know people who horrible shit and now they've completely changed their life. They're not the same people they were 10 years ago. Their beliefs aren't the same. They used to be, one in particular was extremely homophobic and would say horrible things. And it just never connected. And then finally something happened and they stopped. It was always a fight. It was always an argument. How dare you? Like, why would you do that? But it was nothing that I said that ever changed that person's belief. Something in their life happened and they realized they were hurting other people and that changed it. I'm not trying to make excuses for any of it. I'm genuinely asking, like, how with offensive terms, because a lot of them get used, how do we have conversations about changing and why it affects people? Because people like you, let's be honest, I actually would love your input on how to appropriately handle something like that to learn to do better. Does that make sense? I don't know what the right reaction is to it. No, generally, I agree with it. I'm not trying to get you guys to stop talking about it. In fact, I was glad you mentioned it because I would love to know, like, what is the appropriate way of having these conversations and educating instead of, because I think we shut off a lot of conversations too at times. Doxing, for me, it was like a relief, right? But the initial reaction for most people is it's extremely violating.
It was a pain in the ass for me.
And I'm also not the type of person to meet hate with hate. That's something these people think that me addressing their own statements is hate. It's not. It's totally different. But I don't know where to go with that. That's B-Frigs. That's how I feel too. Like if you say that around me, like that will be the end of it. I just don't know. And I'm genuinely asking, like, if you guys have suggestions, input, I would love to hear it because, again, these are situations where I don't want to overspeak because it offends people differently and you have the right to be offended by it. I'm not taking that away. Like, that is very valid. Your feelings are valid. I would just like to know, some of you guys are part of those communities, and how do you handle those? That's a great, you know what? Sometimes all you can do is laugh. That is absolutely, Kina, yes. B-Frigs, that's, see, I like this conversation. Kyle doesn't even know what was said, I don't think.
Nope.
Okay, hold on. Let me tell you. So, a creator that I just recently met. Okay. Sorry, I'm not even comfortable spelling that shit. Do your glasses come with eyebrows? Low 12. No, but Slimy's do because she had her glasses twisted the other day in one of her what are you guys all doing? What are you guys all doing? Do your glasses, you guys all, this is a intentional troll here, you guys. Every mods be cool because they're doing this intentionally. No, it's not at all, Janice. Not at all. I struggle. Here's something else that I struggle with. I've only seen it get worse over the years. I don't think people just naturally get better, but if it isn't at least acknowledged and addressed, it only gets. I agree with that generally. 100% agree with you. Those glasses are full of eyebrows. What the fuck? Hey, Truth. Thanks for having me up today, even though you called me Brittany. Yeah. Kimberly, I don't tend to even say anything. I just exit. I truly don't even exit because a lot of times in that moment, it's perceived wrong of why I might be upset. So I try to communicate differently. April, you're so sweet. You guys, I love y'all too. You guys are so sweet. Yeah, I agree with that generally. See, that's not how I handle those situations. Um, this is a conversation I would love to have though with anybody. Like I get really uncomfortable. You can ask a couple of the people in here that I'll text with and be like, once I figure out what's going on, or there was something else that was said by a creator I adore, and a creator I absolutely fucking adore. And there was some things that were said, and I was really taken back by it. Really taken back by it. In fact, I have made myself more scarce. But then I had to it's just been this juggling act for me with certain people. It really is, because I'm like, so I discount them and completely walk away, when in reality, maybe I can have a conversation and it can help, you know? So I'm trying to weigh the difference. Like, when is it worth stating something, like going to the person and saying like, hey, skink ass. Uh, yeah, Tammy, I get that too, but I don't like even saying that people are sensitive either. Hey, y'all coming in. You guys are super sweet. Because people have the right to be offended. A lot of these people went through a lot of hell. And I hate that. Like, inclusion is so needed. Absolutely inspirational. Sometimes too. Yeah. I yeah, I get that. That situation, there was nothing funny going on in any of it. Not any of that situation was fun for any of them. And again, like, I think people react too really fast at times on here as a creator, like we do. Yeah, it is, Patricia. It is. Oh, absolutely, Revival. Yes, yes. And everybody has such personal differences, like what is what they can handle from other people and take away and still find something good in the person or the conversations or something. It varies for people, and their own personal experience weighs in that, and that's valid. Let's be honest, I've only heard like two people, I think, in my entire life say that they weren't offended by that word. Hey, Sparrow. Education conversation, maybe let her know that it is offensive, and it will definitely be taken offensive by people that are listening. If she wants to continue to grow, she needs. Yeah. Uh, but I think too, like, there just comes a time when some people are offended by things or can't see that it's a, I don't know. I don't know her well enough to know what the anything. Like, I just don't. I just recently started, but I like the fact that she is authentically herself. I think that whole situation was fueled, and again, not making excuses. It's just the reality of all ends of it. I guess wait and see. Some of it for me is we'll see. If it's a pattern of behavior, then, yeah. Yeah, Southern Gal, absolutely. Yep. You can hate the action, not the person. Yep, there I understand that. Hey, Smiles. Oh, I hate that word, Kimberly. I'm so sick of hearing the word narcissist. Babe, will you grab me a soda? Please. Oh, you guys, let's switch the topic. Yeah. I think I'll have conversations. I bet I would really like to know from somebody that this did impact, like somebody that really, what I would love to hear what you have to say. So if there is somebody that can give me more education on it myself, please email me. I would love to have a deeper conversation and understanding, because that's an area that I absolutely will admit I would love to grow in, as far as handling those appropriately with keeping everybody in mind. Because there's got to be some sort of common, that's the division is so intense, and anything that can connect us instead of divide us is important to me. Oh, Melissa, we have been all over the place. We were talking about go-karts, then we were talking a little bit about the dumb BJ, then we were talking about a word Clue had said that BJ had asked me about, and I didn't even know what word it was at the time. We've been all over. Seth is at CrimeCon. Is that for sure, Army? Is that seriously for sure that he's there? We're just bullshitting, Melissa. Just a Saturday night chat with Kyle and I.
What night?
Huh? Oh, Sunday. It is Sunday. Jesus, I'm a day late. I don't know. I've heard that rumor, but well, Saturday, because I speak up a lot on stuff like that, but I genuinely didn't know. I wasn't in there when that was said or done, and I didn't know what it all happened either. So I did have to go look for myself. I know, Chico. I'm telling you. Hey, what's up, upstate New York? Do we have proof of that? Like, is there actual proof of that? Oh, Smiles, that's badass. Oh, you're good, ASD. If it's true, can you tell me where you guys have heard that from besides Dolly? I heard Dolly say it, but I don't believe shit Dolly says. I just can't. It's true, and yeah, proof is out. Can you tell me where? I'll go pull it if you could. Sorry, I really did not. That just makes me feel even worse. Hey, KM. Queen just said it. Oh my God, let's be honest, right? That would be insane. They would, oh my gosh. Okay, can I tell you guys? I already told this on Truth's panel today, but can I tell you guys something that weighs heavily on me? Can I tell you guys my theory here for a minute? And please understand that this is just something that's been weighing on me. Some of you might have already had said this. Oh, Cam, see? Okay. What up, skank ass? I don't think they're holding me responsible. I think they're honestly just asking the same questions like I have too. I love the fact that these girls will bring it up because, well, I assume girls, I shouldn't assume genders either, but these ladies will bring up because these are conversations that sometimes it's hard as a creator to maneuver and know what to do, because I respect people for who they are, that are authentic to themselves. And there's certain things that I'm not bothered by, but other people are, and they have valid reasons to be. So I think those conversations are extremely important too. And it helps me ask the questions that sometimes I get stuck in those spots of not knowing what to do. So it genuinely helps. So don't take it as a bad thing either. Okay, so here's my theory. So we've been walking and talking a lot about the timeline and going back and watching the interviews. And from jump, I have always thought that something here surrounded the divorce. There was something here that changed. And I'm not going to verbatim say what I said earlier because I couldn't do that. But if I even look at just the basics of this, the bitterness and the hatefulness of this situation has centered around, in my opinion, again, this is all my opinion, Seth losing a form of placement in Katie's life. I genuinely think, because as adults, we do it often. This is where humans are not perfect. But if you've gone through a divorce, I was a kid that my parents got divorced and hated each other. They fucking hated each other. And they talked shit about each other in front of us. They would say that they were in their room. We could hear them. You could hear. Kids are like sponges. They absorb shit. This whole play on Sebastian has autism. He's a child with autism. He's a child with autism. That's all we hear. No, he's a teenager. He is a teenager that no matter how much, especially with moms, boys with their moms, there's something about those bonds. Kyle and his mom have a bond like no other. But she, no matter if she's saying anything outwardly or not, he can sense when she's going through stuff. He can sense when she's upset. He's learned this because of just like what we've read in the divorce paper. Mom and dad didn't get along. It's nothing against them. This is a common story. But kids absorb that stuff. They feel like a burden. You add in his medical complex diagnosis, you add in the autism diagnosis, I'm sure he felt so many emotions. And it's really hard for teenagers to talk about those emotions. It's really hard to open up. No matter what a great parent you are, no matter how much you try, there's always a little bit of a maneuvering. Because every teenager is so different, and what they need from their parents is totally different. But he knew, and I'm sure could feel and sense, that things changed between his mom and his dad. And then Chris came into the picture, and he obviously really liked Chris. He looked up to him. So that takes placement away from Seth and Katie. There's somebody else that's taking the attention. Then you have Chris and Katie getting married. I bet you could look at patterns in their life over the since the divorce and see escalations in behavior. I genuinely, and this is hopeful thinking, but I think the date being the same day, if he ran off, could potentially have something to do with he was sick of feeling like a burden, or that he couldn't fix dad and mom, or, there's just so many different things. But I think that he absorbed things. And this is, again, wishful thinking on the whole theory that he walked out. Because people have said, why would he walk out? Why would he walk out? I think we're missing the bigger picture here. This is so common for teenagers to feel like things would be better off if they weren't there. I really hope that he's okay. And I don't know if my theory has any weight to it whatsoever, but I just think about, like, he had to, we can see it with Seth. We can see the heavy emotional toll that the divorce still takes on him all of these years later. And he has taken every opportunity to drag Chris and Katie through the mud. Every opportunity. Absolutely, Mamie, that could have absolutely happened. But I bet that there is reason if he was looking for those type of relationships. And again, I could be way off, but the date of the divorce and him going like that just is, it's so coincidental. It's so coincidental. I just can't in my head think that it has nothing to do with it. And I don't think any of them necessarily, like, that takes all of the parents out of it. Now, could there be other things involved in it that would put them in? Yeah, absolutely. But I genuinely think if we're looking at the picture that Seth has given us of him, even the way they talk, they know two different kids. He was totally different at one house than the other. Does that make sense to anybody? What I'm trying to say? I think when you're a kid of a divorce, And then you got to add into it too, like another layer. Seth himself was adopted. A lot of people that are adopted have a lot of hard time. You know, they trying to identify who they are, a part of them. Like, it totally can really impact people. And I know that because a bunch of my best friends are adopted. And I also am raising two littles. Like, I get that world. There is such a need for connection to who they are. I think it's been said, Rondi. I genuinely think it's potential that it's been said, whether directly or indirectly. I think here's the thing. I think it's all coupled in with the not wanting to do homeschooling because he loved being around and socializing and wanted friends. I think all of it like could really just point to the picture of why he did walk out. Like, there's, that's a huge change. I remember I got sent to live with my dad one time, and not trying to like this is the only thing I have to personally like even kind of rationalize this to make it make sense. But I was sent to live with my dad at one point in time because of my mom's, at that time, boyfriend. Her son and I, long fucking story and just crazy shit. Our parents, yeah, my step sibling was the same age as me, and we did not get along. They were worried he was going to hurt me. So I was sent to live with my dad, and I was so resentful. So resentful. And I held that for a long fucking time. And of course, I'm not Sebastian, and I don't know what's going on in his life. These are just things that, like, in my head make sense. Like, if he did walk out, it makes sense. Not that it's good. And I hope to gosh, no matter what, that he is out there alive and knows how much he's loved, because all these people love him dearly. Mamie, and I think that, yeah, Carl, right? Maybe there could be another nefarious level to this. Like, that opens up, the possibilities are endless. If you think about like just a typical teenager going through a divorced family, changes, new stepdads, dad's bitter, transitioning states, like all of the normal stressors that is typical for kids, teenagers of divorced family. Like, none of this is outside of the realm of anything, but it's just like the base layer of what potentially could have, even to me, opened his mind to want to go somewhere else. Does that make sense? Hold on, I'm going back up. Oh, throw glitter, absolutely. Inspirational. And this isn't my total theory, you guys. This is one little section, the base layer of my theory. I'm not going to address, revival, me too. I'm not going to go further with my theory because right now it's not good. The logistics are tough for me. Moving a 15-year-old who would have been 110 pounds or so would be really difficult to do and not get caught the same. Yeah, absolutely. Generally, and again, for me, I think, well, I'll go this far. I think that if he did have assistance or there's some other involvement, I almost, part of me feels like not a willingness to go. Willingness isn't the right term. Not a fear. If there's somebody else involved, I feel like that person would have to be a trusted person almost. And trust is different for each and every person. So I don't know what it would take, but I hope that makes sense. Yeah, Janice. Yeah, I agree with you guys too, 100%. But this is just the baseline that I think could build up, because what I'm seeing from Seth is complete guilt. like his reaction, and not as far as like him being guilty of the disappearance, but like a guilty, like I wasn't a good enough husband. I wasn't. But then if you add in the piece of the 10-year difference and what he said of her being 12 and him being 22, and you think about she was in the prime of all of the trauma of her life, a super influential teenager. And I don't know what a 22-year-old has any interest in a 12-year-old, like what you even have in common. I can't understand that. But if you put in like the whole theory of her being potentially groomed, again, I'm just using his own words here. I'm not saying that he is or that's what happened, but I'm using his own terms. A groomer's worst fear is losing control. And could there be more? Absolutely. But I think the guilt we're seeing is him acting out because he kind of did lose everything that kept. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Smiles. That was Chris's parents. I can't remember the exact dates. I'll find out and tell you. I'll text you. I'll ask and text you because I know that they were up there for, I think that was the business trip. It was pre-planned business trip, but I'll get the details and I can't remember it off the top of my head, and it's upstairs. Oh, Napa Valley girl. I'm with you. Stevie, I don't know. That's a question I have too. I don't genuinely know. I really don't. I just, the whole thing, I think for me at the end of the day, and please understand this, like, I'm not saying like what I just told you guys of something I think about doesn't make a difference in the long scheme of things. Like, I think it just adds a layer to if he did walk out. That's typical for kids to feel certain ways. And parents, there's a lot of parents that once they're divorced, they cannot move on. Like, we see it all the time. Like, there's people around us all the time that have been through divorces and it totally ended their identity. Like, and they never got over it. And they use the kids as bargaining chips. That, like, just crazy shit. So it's something that I just go back and forth with, but it's just a base layer. Like, it would not necessarily impact the ultimate outcome of this or take away nefarious behavior, or it just adds in that vulnerability piece, I think, if that makes sense.
We ain't gonna be on here for 50 more minutes. I guarantee you that. I'll be snoring in 50 minutes.
I am with you guys, though, all of you. I see, and I can see different things in all of your theories. Yeah, Carl, I think he's had I don't know what you call it, like the want to be a savior hero complex for a long time, specifically with Katie. I really hope he's still alive and out there.
My real dad stayed bitter at my mom for like 35 fucking years.
Yeah, until the day he died, didn't it?
It was bad.
My mom stayed bitter at my father.
It was terrible to watch.
My dad moved on and has been married for 34 years. And my mom remarried twice, but she's still like, and she was never quiet about it. She did not. She tried a few times, but it was nasty. Like, their divorce was nasty. That's why I refused to do that with my kids. I refused. Yeah. Poor Kyle. He's over there like, it's 8:43. It's time for bed. We were up late talking to my nephew last night.
God damn it. My AARP card showed up today. It's been a big day.
In fact, I had similar conversations like this with my nephew. So my nephew is the girls' older brother. That's my sister's third child. And he just turned 25 yesterday. And he had been partying with his friends for his birthday. He's 25. He can legally celebrate people. So just calm down before that gets taken out. But he had been drinking and he called me and he was crying. like bawling, and I'm not laughing because it was funny, but I remember being in my 20s, getting loaded, and then getting all emotional.
Yeah.
And like thinking about everything in your world, like many of us have been there. But we got into it. Was great though, because I picked up the phone and I was like, "You okay, buddy?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I just miss you." It was super cute. But the beginning of it turned into an amazing conversation. It ended up opening up a lot of emotions though that I haven't dealt with in a long time. And we were talking about just like his experience of like processing shit and things that he remembers and has held on to. Kids are sponges, man. Like hearing some of the things that he remembers was absolutely intense because I remember him vividly, but I was 16 years older. It just made me realize like how much kids absorb, and you don't even have to be verbally saying it. Like they pick up off of your energy. So Sebastian very easily could have just felt it. Like they might not even have said anything in front of him. He might have just felt all of it. And this is why it's so important that cycles are broken. Right, Melissa? Totally vanished. But here's another thing. People keep forgetting how intelligent this kid is. Y'all, if you've listened, he is super intelligent. Like, as much as he games, I was thinking about it. I was trying to play the different scenarios in my head of like that perfect escape. Like if somebody became fixated on like, could I do this without a trace? Or like, could they do it? I don't know. Like, I know we discount because he's only 15, but man, 15-year-olds are smart.
That's when I threatened to run away.
Yeah, Kyle was talking about that last night. He threatened to run away at 15. I do too, Ava. I think, yeah, Carl, it is. That's another thing, the way their brain works. I know, May, and that's the hard part for me because to me, she seems like she was trying everything to break the cycles and she had really gotten there. Like she really was fighting to break everything of all, and she was doing great. It's from an outside looking in, and that's just off of the limited things that I know. But he was thriving. If you look at like the stories they've told about how intellectual he was, how fun he was, like all of the stories that all of them tell, they all had a role in upbringing. And he sounds like a wonderful child.
I don't see anything wrong with eating dinner at 2 p.m. I think it's
we
great.
do that sometimes actually.
We can do that. Yeah. And naps are cool too. I'm down with that.
Melissa Jade, yeah. Well, and again, not to compare, these are things that I'm sure all of you that have experience, like this is my avenue. And a lot of our avenues because we live here daily. Like these kids outsmart the shit out of me every day. Like them two, when they want to cook something up, let me tell you, they can make Auntie's head spin. Like oftentimes they get discounted. And that's why I almost wonder if why it's not by the one character involved in this being Seth. I wonder if he doesn't almost highlight his, it's not to me, it's not a disability, but that's what people call it. It's an extra ability.
Saturday, you have no idea. Becky and I always say that to ourselves. She'll turn around and be like, "Can I just run away? Can we run away?" At like, how often do we say that? At least a few times a week.
Fuck,
all the fucking time.
At least a couple times a week. We always ask.
All three of them will have something go wrong at the exact same time, and nobody wants to wait to deal with their issues. So then everybody starts getting angry with everybody else, and then we'll turn to each other and say, we're out of here.
If I actually sat down and like documented one of our weeks for you guys and like just random bullshit that happens or like stupid shit or problems, y'all would crack up because I keep it together real well online. And considering like some days are just like, how the fuck did that all happen? How and why? Kenzie is so complex in her own right.
If we put like a diagnosis of all of you guys on a piece of paper, it would probably be a novel.
It's so ridiculous. Stupid. All the itises. Yeah, maybe we do. We underestimate the intelligence he's out there. It could be as simple as he had a friend. Yeah, absolutely, Janice. I think so too. Like, I'm just trying to add in like potential layers. Again, this is not confirmed. I have had no communication with the family, so please don't take this as firsthand knowledge. Don't take me any of this. I am just giving you guys one layer of my thought process of like, if he did walk out, what could, revival, exactly. Like, what could have been some of the factors that played a role in that? And you look at, if you have teenagers, just observe them. I mean, we do that all day. That's basically what we do. But just sit back and really think about their behavior for a minute. They are so freaking smart. Here's a little bit more. I was drinking by the time I was 14.
Yeah.
I drank my first alcoholic beverage the summer of my 14th birthday.
I think I've done about everything by the time I was 14.
I did a crazy stuff. Yeah, just stupid shit when I was a teenager. So knowing, like, I drove a car at 14. And not that every kid's the same. And I was isolated, y'all. We went to church all the time, but I grew up driving a farm truck around the farm, baling hay. So I guess maybe, that was just a different way of life. So maybe I was more mature.
I've tried that before. It didn't work.
See, a black diamond. Yeah. See, like, think about that. And I know that's not the same case here. Like, my girls have, like, they can't even say alcohol properly. It's hysterical. And they don't know what it is because Kenzie has some in her mini fridge, but they're just not exposed to that because they are exposed to it a little bit.
Rare is rocking horse shit. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
But they have a totally different experience too. Like, they're sheltered. I was thinking about that last night when I was talking to their brother. Compared to what he saw and knew at that age, holy shit, they're sheltered. But we do that intentionally. Like, they don't have internet access all day today. I was getting text messages from the iPad in my front room asking me to Google different shit. We have a lot of locks down. They do have access to the internet, of course. I'm not naive, but they're still like, they have Chromebooks, they have their iPads, but they can't Google stuff. Like, we have parental locks on all this shit. And so we're trying our best. Of course, they're smarter than I ever know. But when somebody messages them, we're still at the stage where they run out in the living room and say, oh my God, look at this. This person just messaged me, because it freaks them out. So right now we're still in that zone.
They're on a tight leash.
But don't worry. We know that pretty soon they'll be trying to do that behind our backs. They might already. Yeah, we're not naive because we know what we were like as kids. But if you just think about that, like, think about what you did at those ages. Actually, the first taste of alcohol I ever had was my grandma. She gave me a freaking bourbon covered chocolate bourbon ball. It was the most disgusting thing I'd ever had in my life.
Yeah, I realized that as I got older too, that there's not really a normal. We like to think there is, but it's not. I mean, everybody's normal is different.
I can't hear, but I can chat. Clue. Clue. What the hell? Her hands are free, but her ears are busy.
Maybe it's the Niagara Falls in the background.
I don't know what Yeah, there really isn't a normal. There really isn't. Like,
yeah, we begged our 21-year-old to rebel too. We're like, come on.
that's true. The internet wasn't a thing either, though.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. ASD. I look around the kids. Like, here's another sad reality. Drive downtown Phoenix. There is so many young homeless children on the streets in Phoenix, really young. Like, unfortunately, some have been trafficked here. Some have ran away because we have nice weather year round. Like, some people might just look young too, I guess, but there is such a young population of runaways here. It's really sad. It's just truly sad, but it does happen. It really does. Could it be something else? Absolutely. But that's people got so much tunnel vision on this. If you think about what we did those ages, I mean, I was even thinking about there's a whole community of train, what are they called? The train hoppers.
They used to be hobos, but now
Is that what they're still called?
now transients.
Transient. There's whole communities of people who take the train, like they live on the streets or they're homeless, and they train from parts of the country to other parts of the country at different times of the year. There's whole communities of that.
Yeah. A lot of them are super nice too. Whenever I would encounter them on the train, I would just be like, "Hey, just don't fucking touch anything, and you can stay here."
Well, I know for a fact there's one out of Nashville because that's how Diana Ricky met. Banjo is what he went by. And that's where they were. She's homeless in Nashville.
Yeah, keg parties and Boone's.
Boone's Farm.
Yeah.
Absolutely, May. Yeah, you're right. I just wanted to tell you guys one of my layers that I've been thinking. Just being, divorce is hard. And you can just see how Seth, like, he's never gotten over it. He never has gotten over it. He, like, his life, like, stopped. It seems like almost everything he goes back to talking about revolves around the divorce and loss of Katie, it seems. They're not in your area anymore. Oh, I know, Mimi. Yeah. It's so isolating too. It really is. When you have a kid that needs social interaction, it's really isolating. I did it.
Yeah. Yeah. Carlos Rossi. Remember those jugs?
MD 2020.
Oh.
You were Cinderella.
One of the guys living at the party house in Everett when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
he was a beer distributor, and he would break one bottle and it would like get the whole box wet. So he'd bring home boxes of alcohol.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. I'm sure he did, May. I'm sure that was part of their custody agreement that he got him on breaks and things of that nature. Yep. That's potential. I'd like to know their arrangements. If anything significantly changed when they moved from California to Tennessee. Like, I wonder how the arrangement was in California, if it was the same like they did.
I drank so much Aftershock one day.
See, Lisa, that's amazing.
I was throwing up fire.
Have you ever had Fire and Ice, the one with the
Yeah.
crystals at the bottom of it?
Yeah.
Ugh.
The Aftershock did too.
Yeah. Malibu. I loved Malibu. Yes, they do, JJ. Yeah. There's a big, that's how she met. So Diana Ricky is another, she streams. She's actually been streaming. I think she got out of jail, obviously. It's really a sad story. Her story is extremely sad. But she met a transient. Him and some of his buddies were coming through on the train. I can't remember where he was originally from right now. I think he might have been from Oregon.
Bud Ice.
Actually, I think that's where he was from. But he ended up, they hopped trains all the way to Nashville, and Diana and him were together for a while. He actually OD'd on YouTube stream. It was horrifying. That's a really sad story, but there was a big population of train jumpers, and they had like a schedule that they followed due to seasons, like weather seasons. And so they would go from one place to another. It was really interesting. I I didn't know much about it, and that made me research all of that. Zima with Jolly Ranchers. Yeah, Carl, it is. Oh, Maymay, everything. Any little thing. Transitioning, changes, going from a preferred activity to a non-preferred activity. The anxiety over transitioning, just like if you remind them in the morning, hey, we have an appointment at 2:00 and it gets to 1:30 and they have forgotten, and you tell them that we have to go, like that can cause like anything, every kid, but that's just kids in general or people in general. A lot of kids have anxiety.
Oh, I used to eat the shit out of Sprees. I like the green ones.
JJ, he said that, yes. But I don't know for how long. Hey, Kathy, for Bud Ice. It was Keystone and Natural Ice for us. Bartles and James.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marcy, 100%. What's the Banana Monkey? MD 2020? Wasn't it Banana Monkey?
I don't remember.
Oh, it was so gross. Captain Morgan. Yes. Yeah, KM. I'm positive that that's where he was from. Rondi, I'll have to ask because I knew and I know it's in my notes, but I'm downstairs. JJ could have. Oh, you know what, Janice? That is a good idea, honestly. Because she's from Murfreesboro, but she is always in the communities around Nashville. Maymay, I don't know. I have no idea. I've been hearing that he was also at CrimeCon. Cigarettes were so cheap then. Beer with peanuts. We're having like 4 different conversations. I love it. That's a good question, Patricia. And that's what worries me, honestly, is because let's say he willingly did. I just hope he didn't fall onto something harmful or get injured. You know, that's another level of possibility. Like there's people have gotten such tunnel vision on it just being something within the family. There's so many possibilities, truthfully. Granted, you would think that there would be some sight of something, some sort of sign, something there by now. But it's crazier things have happened, unfortunately. Hey, Jason. Yes, Maymay, for sure. I don't remember what it was called, JJ. Right, Brian? I know. We're aging ourselves.
I still remember when I walked into the bar in Wenatchee and asked for 6 Jaeger bombs.
Oh my God.
For myself, because me and my buddy were coming down off mushrooms and we were in that like confused state. And it was like 8 a.m. and we went in there and figured if we got really drunk, it would go away. So then we were just really drunk, throwing up, and on mushrooms.
Thank you. He was not at CrimeCon, y'all. That's a false rumor. And I will believe Terry on that. And I'm sure the proof is out there. I thank you, Terry. I just can't see how that would even happen.
No, they thought I was an idiot. Well, rightfully so, because I probably look like one, but he said he gave me 1 each and he said, we'll think about the next one when you're done. He only ended up giving us like 3 apiece, I think, because he thought we were insane.
One of these days, you're going to have to tell your stories about some of the Dave Matthews shit. You guys, it's amazing he's alive. Tony announced it on TikTok. Wait, no. KCG, is there a video of this? I need clips. Again, what did he announce on TikTok? That Seth was at CrimeCon? Y'all got my brain like over here, like what?
Yeah, we used
I'll
to.
have to go research it when I'm done.
I grew up out in the woods on a farm, so we used to go to keg parties out on like the power line roads and the old.
Did I tell you what happened at my senior party?
No.
Well, it wasn't mine. I was a junior. But Watford City, North Dakota, the senior class of 2000, the party was at one of the seniors' parents' house. They lived on a farm way out of town. And the thing was, if you came, you had to spend the night. You had to turn in your keys. There was adults there. They had a keg, everything. It was super secure. They flew helicopters over and they brought out a fucking school bus. No shit. A school bus to take the kids that were minors drinking into town and give them all minor in possession tickets. My aunt had to come get me from the cop shop.
Oh man,
I was so mad.
I used to just run out in the woods. I got some pretty brutal scars from that too.
You would have thought, but that was like the most excitement in Watford City because it was pre-oil boom,
Yeah.
the second oil boom. So it is crazy. It was wild. Oh, there's clips of it 10. Okay. Thank you. I'll go look, you guys, when I'm done. I haven't watched anything, so anything on that stuff. Thank you guys for telling me. I'll go look when I'm done. We were all over hell. $50 got you cigarettes, beer, and weed, right, Jason? Mudding and drinking. Y'all, I was a wild child. Man, I was. Ava, we used to go up the switchbacks, the logging roads in Montana in the middle of freaking winter. We'd get stuck so often. I've fallen over trying to go to the bathroom in the woods when you're shit-faced as a teenager and you fall in a snowbank. That shit sucked. I was a wild child. Yes, KCG, you are. Tracy, funny as in bad? Yeah, maybe. We have, okay, so Kenzie's is tomorrow. My nephew's was yesterday. Kenzie's is tomorrow. We went to the birthday party this weekend. Alana's is coming up on the 19th. One of my other friends, her birthday's the 9th of June. Then we got Father's Day. We've got Kyle's birthday the beginning of July. We've got a wedding in August. We've got races in September. Another wedding in October. Ugh, I'm already tapped out. I'm closing my eyes until December. Okay? Okay. Oh my God, Rondi.
I remember doing that.
I was such a nerd though before my freshman year. Truly, like that 8th grade freshman year is where life changed for me. But I went on an 8th grade honor pass trip to Edmonton and Calgary. I was flown to Kansas City to be on national TV for environmental studies. Like I was such a nerd, but then I got this wild side to me and my friends. Yeah, I was wild.
Mm-hmm.
I was wild as hell. You too, Jason. Have a great night.
Bye, Jason.
Maybe KCG. Probably not. Her lupus rash has been really bad lately. Hey, Killshot. Hope you're having a good night. We're just bullshitting over here. It's a lot for you. Yeah, the holidays. I just want to go to sleep. Yours is today. Yours is Tuesday, Gracie B. Well, happy early birthday if I don't see you on Tuesday. Happy early birthday. My grandfather had a liquor store, and unfortunately, I like to lift bottles from the store. I was JJ, I started bartending when I turned 18 in a logging town in Darby, Montana. I started bartending. I tell you what, I learned a lot real fast, but they had a liquor, like you could buy packaged liquor from there. And so we always had to stock it. Those liquor boxes are heavy as hell, But thankfully, the liquor store was right across the street, so they just had a deal with them. They would bring them over, and then we'd put them out on the shelves. So after the liquor store, or on Sundays when the liquor store was closed, you could still buy it at the bar. Get a glass of wine. We should what? To find the wildest sub? Probably not, Revival. We all have some stories, I'm sure. Hot Tucson. Norma, we're just a little while. Oh no, what did I just get? I got something. Is that an email? Janice? Hold on, I'm looking. Oh. What the heck is this? Oh, I know what it is. Sorry, I got a text. I'm like, do. I know, right, Rondi? I know. Thinking of the situation, like if you just think about some of our experiences and stuff, and I know some of you guys have had real hard lives. Like you think about it. I just hope that there's a chance here, I guess, is at the end of the day. That's where I just think about some of the shit. Oh. Wild child.
Yeah.
I wore out of it real fast though because I was a young mom.
Oh yeah.
So my years were like very shortened. Yeah, true, Marcy. There was no like we actually went outside and did stuff. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was I would much rather prefer growing up the way that
we did
grew up
yeah
than having social media.
Yeah, honestly, Mimi, that's something that really bothers me because in times like this, I can't imagine being isolated in your own local community because the hate has impacted the very people that live next door to you, let alone, and at the end of the day, of course, we don't know what happened, but in this situation, because there is zero evidence, like we support people, like I would never drag somebody over supporting her and rallying around people that love and care about Sebastian. Like I would never condemn them for believing the best in the people. Like I would never condemn them for that because I would rather people be given grace and be wrong in the end about, okay, well, fuck, this was right. Because it shows, I'm sure that they have local support too. I'm sure that they have friends and family who have remained silent because unfortunately, even if people did come out and speak, it's just going to be picked apart and never enough. There's nothing that they can do in this situation that's going to change some people's minds. It's just truly how it is. When people want to see fault in it, they're going to. And these are decorated service vets. Like, I just don't understand it. I just truly don't.
Good night, Janice.
Good night, Janice. You're amazing, by the way, and I love you dearly. I'm so lucky to have such good friends. I really am. To a farm animal revival. I'm leaving that alone.
I mean,
I'm leaving this shit alone.
Just any type of animal or what?
I lived in the state where everybody used to say shit about Velcro gloves.
Oh yeah.
That was the instant joke. You tell somebody you were from Montana, they'd be like, "Do you have Velcro gloves?" I was like, "What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about?" Y'all don't even understand that. It's like if you've never been to like the upper Midwest and the farming communities and shit, those jokes never ceased ever. ever. Yeah, absolutely, Mimi. Agree. Oh, yeah. That's like the running joke, y'all. Yeah. You guys. Oh, Southern Galley. Oh, God. You guys, you don't really need me to explain that to you. Really? No. Is there anybody else in here that knows what that is? What I'm talking about? I know there's a lot of Midwesterners in here that have heard those jokes
It's
about
alleged that if you wear Velcro gloves, that you can grab onto the sheep wool.
Yeah, that's all the further you need to go with that.
A little easier.
That was the joke. It was always the joke. Like, that was, no, it's fine, ASD. It's just, it was always the joke of people, like, they'd say, oh, do you have Velcro gloves? Because they were including that we did something nefarious with farm animals. And the Velcro would hold on to the fur. That's the fucking shit. Yeah. I'm dead serious. That 100% not lying to you. That was always what was fucking said.
Yeah. I always used to say it too.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah. It was different.
Yes. Yes, you guys. Yes. Kyle talks faster than you can type. I'm not even joking. Like, that was, you can Google that shit. I'm serious, people. The more you know.
You have those hats that look like a wedge of cheese.
I'm actually surprised I have not heard somebody say that on this app.
Cheesehead?
No, about Velcro gloves.
Yeah.
I'm truly shocked now that I think about it, because people talk about sheep. Oh, don't be a sheep. Don't be a, like, I'm really shocked I haven't heard that yet.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't want that in my Google history. Well, there's that. True.
Yeah, true.
It's just interesting because I live in like a city now, but I grew up in the middle of freaking nowhere. Yeah. Ew. JJ, my mom was a certified AI inspector. And she's this little itty bitty thing. She was an AI inspector, though, for cattle.
That's
for
not
Holstein.
artificial intelligence either.
No, artificial insemination. My mom went to school for that, I think in Minnesota. I think Rochester, somewhere. I don't remember. I
Really?
think she was in Minnesota. She was over Fargo area. I think she was across, though. I think I'll have to ask her where she went to school for that.
Now you could just learn on the internet.
It is a thing, people. Yeah, it is, unfortunately. Kathy, you're not missing out. I'm a city slicker now, too. It's a thing. And how many times, if you're from the Midwest, do you get asked if you can go cow tipping?
Yeah.
I get so sick of that, too. People are always like, have you been cow tipping? I'm like, are you freaking people? Or snipe hunting? Have any of you been snipe hunting? I got left in a fucking field by a tree with a fucking potato sack for like 12 hours. My goddamn cousins. I didn't know. I had a freaking potato sack, a flashlight, and I was going to find this extinct fucking bird that's only comes out to these random lone trees in the middle of freaking nowhere. But you have to be left by yourself because you can't make noise. Anybody else done ice fishing? I love ice fishing. Yes, Pepper. Ugh, I fell for that shit. My cousins were assholes. I was like one of the younger ones, so. And I'm the youngest in my family, so I was always the test dummy for my brother and sister. They actually got left babysitting me one time with my cousin, who was older than both of them. They tied me to the bed with jump ropes and put my pound puppy in the freezer. I was like 7, okay? But I'll never forget that. They tied me to the fucking bed with jump ropes just for fun because they thought it would be hysterical. Assholes. It was like, let's play the pranks. Becky's going to be the one to get it. And by the way, I think it was Holly that said something about Nonsense was either bullied in high school or was the bully. Neither one. I got along with the people I got along with. The rest were assholes. I've always been this way. I don't like many people because y'all pretty much fucking suck. Not the ones in here, but you, Holly, or whoever was it that said that bullshit. Neither. I just didn't associate with many people that were assholes. And a lot that have turned into assholes, actually. Yeah, Rondi, right?
They would tip over a plastic cow.
Freaking pound puppy. I know.
Oh,
I love ice fishing. I miss walleye fishing. We had a back gate key growing up to Theodore Roosevelt National Park because we free ranged our cattle in the summer during certain seasons. There was a lease on the land. My dad ran cattle over there, so we always used to go into the back gate of the park or one of the side gates. It was amazing though. Oh no. Okay. Nope, not today. I'm getting off to go watch that then. Because I'm sure Clue's like, fuck this. Is she on panel? Nope, not today. Where are they at? I would like to see. That might actually get me to. Plus, it's 9:20. Kenzie's been in charge. Walleye. So many. I love walleye fishing. Okay, on BJ's. Okay, I'll go over there. Thank you guys for hanging out with us again. These are honestly our favorite chats when we get to know more about you guys and get to talk to you guys. I really appreciate you guys all hanging out with us and just bullshitting with us. And I appreciate the hard questions too in the conversation. And I really do. Like, I would love to continue to build on those conversations because I think it's all about educating awareness and doing better. Do better, be better. Oh, shit, Revival. Thank you, Southern Gal. Oh, thank you, Smiles. Good night, Duchess. I'll text you tomorrow. I don't want to interrupt, but I'll text you and check on you because I haven't done that. Good night, Gracie B. Good night, Lisa, Kathy 4, Brian, everybody else. Rondi, Ava, Saturday Search. I know, these are my first times. Saturday, I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad you chat in these chats because truthfully, like, I'm really not that big of an asshole. Honestly, I play a pretty good one online. Actually, I am an asshole. That's a lie. I should take that back. I am an asshole. Mm-hmm. But I am also the person that will give you the shirt off my back and do whatever I can to help. But I have boundaries and I'm just very strong in those boundaries and I'm passionate what I am like. I just don't got time for the bullshit. So I appreciate all of you though. Good night, JJ. Good night, Terry. No, I'm in. Hold on. Kenzie wants to show you guys something, but
well, not at me.
I can't.
Stop moving it.
It's right here. What are you trying to do? I can't even see. Now I'm backwards.
Jeez.
Got it.
Christ, what are you two doing?
I can't be on camera because I have no shirt on.
Here's whiskey.
Whiskey. Whiskey.
What are you trying to do? Say good night, friends. Say good night, friends.
He's 8 weeks today.
I'm a big boy now. Look at me go.
Everybody's been telling me happy birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kenzie is 22 tomorrow. Thank you all for the birthday wishes for her too. I will see you guys tomorrow though. I will be doing content. We will be doing the lab interview with Seth and talking about some more of the misinformation that's going on. And I'll go find the clips and stuff that I can find on what happened at CrimeCon and see what I can vet there. And then we will go from there. But I will see you guys tomorrow afternoon sometime. I hope you get, and if I don't see you tomorrow, if you're working, I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. No, he's not bottle feeding anymore. Nope. I know, JJ, I know. Like, I know. I can be an asshole. Good night, you all.
Good night, everybody.